I'm going to preview the 8 seed Oklahoma versus 9 seed Alabama college football playoff game, December 19th, 7 p.m. Central Time on ABC/ESPN. Apologize for looking down because I cannot memorize all this stuff. And Oklahoma's only favored by a point and a half. The over-under for the game, 40.5. I already kind of went into detail on Alabama did not get punished for the SEC title game, nor the loss for against. I didn't even mention the loss against a 5-7. I might have mentioned the loss for a 5-7 Florida State team, but you could. This is besides the point here. Well, obviously, Oklahoma is 10-2 on the year, while Alabama's 10-3. And I'm gonna go like offense, defense stats, some keys to the game, and I'll put the stats in the description below so y'all can see it. So the only losses for Oklahoma this year were obviously the Texas, but they rushed John Mateer back and they lost 23-6, and then the Ole Miss game at home, 34-26. And when you look at the rest of the schedule at that time, you didn't think Oklahoma was going to make the CFP because they did have at Tennessee, at Alabama. They won both of those. They even beat like Missouri at home, and obviously I know that's LSU, but still. Then they beat Michigan at home early on in the year. Well, Alabama obviously. They lost an SEC title game by 3 scores, 28-7 against Georgia. However, they beat Georgia the first time, 24-21 in Athens. The only other losses were obviously to a Florida State team that's 5-7, beginning of the year, 31-17, and Oklahoma at home, 23-21. So this is an exact rematch. Now, offensively for Oklahoma, they averaged 24.4 technically on points per game, while allowing 13.9. 123.8 rushing yards per game while allowing 81.4. That's not really great on Oklahoma offense. Now, passing wise, 229.9 on offense, 192.2 on defense allowed. Time possession, 29 minutes, 27 seconds by Oklahoma, 30 minutes, 33 seconds by the opposing team. 64 for 166 on third down on offense, 51 for 177 on third down on defense. Fourth down, 53.85% on 13 attempts, 43.48% on 23 attempts. Obviously, Oklahoma has missed only like 2 field goals all year. That's really it. And like 23 for 24 for the commonly used kicker, 5 for 5 on 20-29, 3 for 3 on 30-39, 8 for 9 on 40-49, 7 for 7 on above 50 yards. And the long was like 55 yards. Now, punting wise, like 54 punts for the most commonly used one for 2,494 yards. Long 66, average 46.1, not 46.2 technically. 24 of those landed inside the 20-yard line. 23 of those were above 50 yards. This is besides like the extra points and all that. And y'all could check on ESPN if you really want to on the extra points at this juncture. Now, defensively, Oklahoma has 115 tackles for loss while allowing 66, 41 sacks on defense while allowing 24, 9 interceptions by the defense while allowing 10, 42 pass breakups, 45 allowed, 43 quarterback hurries on the defense, 35 allowed, 4 fumble recoveries on defense while allowing 5. And they did block 2 kicks this year, and they do have 2 safeties while allowing like 1 safety, and that's it. So Alabama does average 31.2 points per game while allowing 17.3. or 17.4, but still around 17 points per game. 116.2 rushing yards per game by Alabama offense. That's not really a great number while allowing 125.6. So I don't expect either team to be great on the ground in this game at all. Alabama's pass offense, 273.2 or 1.5, either way, around that number, while allowing 157.7 passing yards per game. Time possession, 32 minutes, 21 seconds, while allowing like 27 minutes, 39 seconds. 80 for 181 on third down offense, 50 for like 170 on third down defense, 21 for 33 on fourth down on offense, 15 for 22 on fourth down defense. Might as well go the most commonly used punter for Alabama, 41 punts for 1,759 yards. Longest 60, average 42.9. 8 of those were above 50 yards. Longer than 50 yards. And 15 of those landed inside the 20-yard line. Now, the kicker-wise, 13 for 20 on field goals. 3 for 5 on 20 to 29. 4 for 5 on 30 to 39. 6 for 9 on 40 to 49. No, 0 for 1 on above 50 yards. And one of those kicks, by the way, was blocked. And the long was 48 for the year. Now, they do have 74 tackles for loss on defense while allowing 57, 25 sacks while allowing 26, 10 interceptions while allowing 5, 39 pass breakups while allowing 45, 35 pass quarterback hurries, and 53 allowed. 9 fumble recoveries, 7 of those allowed. 1 block kick while allowing 2 block kicks this year, which must have been like one of those punts, which was literally last game. And they did have a safety while allowing none. I'm going to just say this plainly about Alabama strictly. You can't play like you did last week, or else you're going to get eliminated in the playoff. I'm just saying that right now. You got to make adjustments on the fly for both of these teams, both offensively, defensively, not just from first half to second half, but during those halves. You can't be intimidated by the team. You got to be very disciplined and limit your penalties as much as possible. And try to take away the Oklahoma fans if you're Alabama. And obviously, same thing goes for the Oklahoma players, getting your fans involved while diminishing the Alabama fans that are there. Special teams wise, you got to be solid and don't have special teams blunders like a block punt or like you did last week for Alabama. And same thing goes for in general. Don't want to allow big returns to happen. Because that's the only reason, one of the reasons why Oklahoma lost to Texas was special teams wise. They couldn't stop that Texas punt returner. That they allowed some big returns. Yeah, it got the ball to the end zone every time. And I know there might be some questionable calls in general, but you got to make plays to win. Be more mentally tough. Obviously on defense, you got to be good on third down defense. Same thing goes in the red zone and even fourth down defense. Sometimes forcing a field goal is better than giving them a touchdown. And all this, you got to be really good on your pass defense. Got to contain the best players as much as you can on defense. On opposing offenses. Now, obviously on offense, and try to make them one-dimensional. Obviously on offense, you want to have a little bit of balance, while you got to have your offensive line step up both pass blocking and run blocking. You got to make some key catches down the stretch of games. You got to be good on third down offense. Same thing goes for the red zone. And especially if you do go 4 and 4 down, you got to be good there. So, who's going to win this game? I admit, I was a little bit torn. It's hard to beat the same team twice. If Oklahoma could go into Alabama and win, they could do it again. But at the same time, that's the same Alabama team that beat Georgia in Athens. Something that tells me that Alabama is going to let one loss beat them twice and finish 10-4. When you look at it, Alabama under Kellen DeBoer, they're not as good on the road or neutral site when compared to Nick Saban. And I picked them to win the SEC title game, and I was really wrong. I can't pick them again after that type of performance against Georgia. I get Oklahoma's not as good as Georgia. But I just think because of the home field advantage, that's the difference in the game for me. But let's see what happens. Maybe Alabama could prove me wrong. So anyways, if you like this content, hit the like, subscribe button. See you guys later on the road to 800 subscribers. Of course, ultimate goals, 1,000 more. So remind this, of course, a like video, comment video really helps YouTube algorithm. Some more people see it. Sharing the video does help as well. Some more people could watch. And if you're watching and not subscribe, hit subscribe button for the notification bell as well. And I will put the stats for both of these teams in the description below so y'all can see it.